Good morning, dear students. Let me welcome the 8th class students to the second period of this topic, there is and it is. Last class, we did understand the use of there is and different forms of the verb used with that, and how the forms of the verb change with the changes in the number, person and gender of the subject after the verb. Okay, so we understood the exercise 18 and we understood several things how we use there. Okay, and we will today understand something more about this topic, there is and it is. And before going to understand, as I have told you, today is the second period of this topic, there is and it is. Before going to understand today's discussion, let's have a little concentration. And for that, please sit Siddha with Dhyana Mudra and with closed eyes have Brahmanath. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Relax. Dear students, again let me welcome you. As I have already told, today is the second period of this topic, there is and it is. And we will today understand something more about the uses of there is and it is. Please have your concentration. Okay? As I have told you that we have discussed several things using there is, there are, there will be, there were, there have been, there has been. So we have used that to talk about the presence or existence of something or something happening or similar situations when we are talking about the existence. So today we will discuss about the use of it is or it was or it will be or it has been. Understand? So before understanding the use of it today, let us have the difference between the uses of there and the uses of it. So here, study the following sentences given over here. I have written over here 4 such sentences and please carefully see and try to understand. Here you see the first sentence is written, there is 1 mile to go yet. So here though it is 1 mile, we have used is. Because in accordance to the subject, we use the verb. We know that there is not the real subject. Here 1 mile is the real subject. There, though it is a singular subject, we have used a singular verb. Understand? So similarly, next there are 5 miles to go yet. Though here it is the main subject, the real subject is a plural subject, therefore we have used a plural verb. Understand? So, but the thing is that we have to now understand the use of there is, there are and it is, or it was, or it will be, or it has been. Understand? So you see, we use that to say that something is present or the existence of something. And without this, we cannot use this there. When it is the necessary to talk about the existence or presence. So here you see, there is 1 mile to go. So now we are walking, we want to reach a certain destination, and at this point we think, so how much is the distance still left? That means we have to cross again 1 more mile so that we can reach at the destination. So existence of the distance of 1 mile. Similarly, when we talk about 5 miles to go yet, means here we still have 5 miles to walk and reach at the destination point. Instead, so we understood that the verbs are changing due to the changes in the number and person of the real subject, and we are using that to talk about the presence or the existence, or what you can say, the something is taking place, something is happening or taking place. In that case we use that. But here I have also written 2 other sentences. Please carefully concentrate. It is 1 mile from here. So here we are not talking about the existence. We are talking about the totality. That means from here to here is 1 mile. We are talking about the distance. Understand? We are not talking about something is existing that we have to accomplish. We have to do. Here it is talking about the complete distance. Understand? So it is 1 mile from here. Understand? So similarly here this it is not talking about the existence or the presence or something is happening. So therefore we did not use that. Similarly, next example you see, it is 5 miles from here. Understand? So here 5 miles is only the talking about the distance of 5 miles. It's one distance. It is not existing. It is there. Understand? We are not talking about the existence or a presence or something happening. We are not talking. We simply talk about the distance. So when we talk about this distance only, you see, in the first 2 sentences, the verbs change with the changes in the number of the subject, the real subject. For singular subject, we used singular verb, and for plural subject, we used plural verb. But on the other hand, when we are using it, we are not changing the verb. It is always uses a singular verb. Okay, so everything is taken as a single unit. Understand? So therefore, it always followed by a singular verb, but there can follow singular as well as plural verbs. Understand? So today we understood the distinguishment, the differences between the uses of there as and it. Let's understand more things about the use of it. Okay? After understanding the differences in the uses of there and it, let's understand in what situations, in what cases we need to use it. Understand? So here you see, note the use of the introductory it. So when we use it at the beginning of the sentence, that is when we use it at the beginning of the sentence, it is called introductory it. Introductory it. In the following types of sentences, there are some situations when we have to use it at the beginning of the sentence. What were the situation? What were the causes? So let's understand from this statement the instruction given to us. In expressions of time, distance, weather and temperature, when we talk about the time, when we talk about the distance, when we talk about the weather, when we talk about the temperature, we need to use it at the beginning of the sentences. Okay, so to talk about time, distance, weather and temperature, it is imperative to have the introductory it in our sentences. So to understand them, let's have some statements written to understand the examples how we are using it at the beginning of the sentences to talk about time, distance, weather and temperature. Okay, let's see from these examples. You see, it is 6 o'clock now. So here we have used it because we are talking about 6 o'clock is the time. It is the time. When we talk about the time, we have used introductory it. Similarly, see the next example. It was 3rd of March. So this is also talking about the time. Understand? 3rd of March is also talking about the time. So therefore, we have used it at the beginning of the sentence to talk about the time. Understand? Similarly, it is a long way from here. So it is a long way from here. That means long way means what? It is, we are talking about the distance. And for distance, to talk about distance, we have used it. Understand? So here, it is used to talk about the distance. Similarly, here you see another example given here. It is raining hard. It is raining hard. Now it is raining hard. So, raining heavily, incessantly. Understand? So, what it is talking? It is talking about the weather. Understand? So, it is hot here. So, when we are talking about the temperature, it is cold to live in Kashmir. It is talking about the temperature, the weather, it is cloudy today. Understand? So there are several such examples we can have to talk about the time, distance, weather and temperature, and for them we have used it. Understand? Okay, so it is used to express time, distance, weather and temperature. And we have understood the uses of it for the said things from these examples. Let's understand that how it is used in some other such cases. Let me write so that you can better understand. Okay? As we understand that we use we use it or the introductory it in several sentences when we want to express about time, weather, temperature and distance. Besides that, we also need to use it at the beginning of the sentence when we want to we want to introduce any phrase or any clause. So this is another such instruction when we need to use it at the beginning of our sentences, or our sentences will have introductory it. So the second rule is here that to introduce a phrase or clause. When we want to introduce a phrase or a clause, we need to use it at the beginning of the sentence. Examples have been given over here, you can see. It is wrong to disobey your elders. To disobey your elders is a clause, or you can say phrase. So, what is this? It is wrong. It is not good to disturb in the classroom. It is good to respect everyone. Okay? It is important to attend classes regularly. Understand? So when we want to express a phrase or a clause, we should have, we must have it at the beginning of the sentence. Similarly, some other examples are also given here. It is easy to criticize others. Criticizing others is very easy. So it is easy to criticize others. It is not easy to criticize self. Understand? So similarly, it will be useful to read this book. Reading this book is very useful. So it will be useful to read this book. So to read this book, okay, is a phrase. To introduce this, we have used it at the beginning. Understand? So now we understood that we use introductory it in two different situations. One is when we talk about, when we express about the time, the distance, the weather and the temperature. For that we use introductory it. Similarly, in some other cases, like when we want to express a phrase or a clause, in that case also we need to use it at the beginning of the sentence, and we understood from the given examples. Understand? So today we understood the differences between there and it, and in the situations when we need to use it at the beginning of the sentences. Okay? You are clear? So let's understand the exercise 19 so that you will have more confidence about the use of it is, it was, and it will be, or it has been, in accordance to the time change. Okay? Let me write the exercise and we will have the discussions on that. Okay? Dear students, let's now understand the exercise 19 part 1. Okay? Here we have part 1. And in this part 1, here there are several sentences have been given. Okay? So, every sentence has a space to fill in. What is that? How we will fill in them? Add the correct form of it is to the following sentences. So we have to use the correct form of it is. It can be it was, it can be it will be, it can be it has been. So as you know that it is always followed by a singular form. But when time changes, we change the form of the verb. Because if it is past time, we have to use the past time of the verb, past verb, present time, present verb, and so also. Understand? Let's now begin with this. Here you see, add the correct form of it is to the following. Here, dash very windy today. Today is talking about the present time. So now we are feeling like this. So we can use it is because we are expressing a phrase or a clause. Therefore, we have used it. It is very windy today. Though it is present time, we have used it is. And singular subject. Singular form. Dash cruel to beat a dog like that. So to beat a dog like that can be the present situation, can be the past situation. Therefore, and to express this phrase or the clause, we can use it is or it was cruel to beat a dog like that. It is cruel to beat a dog like that. We can use either of the 10 times. Whether it is present, can be the past time. For this sentence only. Next see, dash wonderful to see you again. So again means what? We are talking about the future situation, future time. So what we will do? It will be wonderful because here is the future time. therefore we have used the future form of the verb. It will be wonderful to see you again. Understand? Similarly, there's a pity that she is so stupid. So you see, we are talking about the present time. So here is a pity that she is so stupid is a clause. So we have to use it is a pity that she is so stupid. Understand? Similarly, there's a long time ago. So here this is a long time ago is talking about the past time. So what we will do? It was a long time ago when I had a house in Bhubaneswar. My father had a house in Bhubaneswar. It was a long time ago. Not at present. Long time ago. Understand? Therefore we have used past time. Past form. There's a fire tomorrow, I think. There's fire tomorrow. Here fire means what? We are talking about the weather. So for expressing weather we use it, introductory it. But since it is a future time, what we should do? It will be fine. That means the weather will be fine tomorrow. I think that. Instead, so for talking about future time, we have used the future form of this verb. Clear? Next come, there's a wonder that you did not hurt yourself. So here you see, we are talking about the past time, past situation. So we can use a wonder is singular subject. It was a wonder that you did not hurt yourself. Similarly, there's stupid not to go to his party yesterday. So yesterday is talking about the past time. Therefore, we have to use the past form of this verb is. So what do we do? It was stupid not to go to his party yesterday. It was stupid not to go to his party yesterday. Now you understood? Let me write some other sentences of the same exercise part 1 and let us discuss about them. Okay? Let's understand the remaining sentences of exercise 19 part 1. So here, the sentence 9 says, there's not very far to walk. There's not very far to walk. So here it is, you can say, we can use it is not very far to walk. It is less distance. It is not very far to walk. Similarly, there's a great day when he passes the examination. So when he passes the examination, we are talking about the future time. So what we will see, it will be a great day when he passes the examinations. Similarly, number 11, there's possible that he does not understand English. He does not understand English is possible. So we can say it is possible that he does not understand English. Okay, it is a regular action, present time, therefore we have used is. So there's a strange that he did not want to talk to you. So he did not talk to you means it is talking about the past time. So it was strange, you can say. It was strange that he did not talk to you. Okay? So similarly, number 13, that's true that Solomon had 1,000 wives. Okay, normally people have one wife, sometimes have more than one, but a person, a king or a person in the past had 1,000 wives. So we are talking about the past time, so we can use it was true that Solomon had 1,000 wives. Okay, so similarly, number 14, that's lovely to for a picnic tomorrow. To go, here is go. It is lovely to go for a picnic tomorrow. Here tomorrow is a future time. So what we will do? It will be lovely to go for a picnic tomorrow. Similarly, there's raining for 3 hours continuously. Now we are thinking, raining started before 3 hours, still it is continuing. That means something is continuously in progress. In that case, what we will use? Has been. It has been raining for 3 hours continuously. So you understood? We have used it to talk about, to express about the time, distance, temperature, weather, as well as expressing a clause or a phrase from this exercise. Let's understand the next exercise. That means the part 2 of exercise 19. Let me write. Okay? Now let's understand the part 2 of exercise 19. What it instructs us, what it tells us to do, you see. Answer the following questions in complete sentences. Here are some questions given and we have to answer them, but in complete sentences. Example is given, you see first. Is it cloudy today? Is it cloudy today? We can say, yes, it is cloudy today. No, it's not cloudy today. Also we can go in reverse. Instead, we can say yes as well as we can say no, because it is talking about the weather. Instead, though we have used is because it is talking about the present time. Similarly, is not it very hot today? Yes, it is very hot today. You can say, no, it's not very hot today. It's normal. The weather is normal. So similarly, is it true that all people are greedy for money? Is it true that all people are greedy for money? You can say, yes, it's true that all people are greedy for money. No, it's not true that all people are greedy for money. We can say either. Instead, we can say positive, we can say go, we can say negative as well. So similarly, is it true that he quarreled with you? Is it true that he quarreled with you? Yes, it's true that he quarreled with me. No, it's not true that he quarreled with me. I quarreled with him. Instead, so we have to write the complete sentences using introductory it. And the verb changes if the time changes. And so the form of the verb changes. It can be is, it can be was, it can be it will be, it can be it has been, like such. Okay? See, what is the time by your watch? It is 5 o'clock. It is 10:30 a.m. Instead, so to express about the time, we use it that you know. So, how was the weather at Simla? How was the weather at Simla? So, when once you visited Simla, so someone is asking you, what kind of a weather was there when you were there? So, what was the weather at Simla? It was very cool. Okay, you can say it was very cool, the weather in Simla. Understand? So similarly, how far was it from your village? That means what is the distance? How far was it? Here you see the past time. How far was it from your village? It was 7 kilometers away from my village. We are talking about the distance. It was 7 kilometers away from my village. It is 43 kilometers away from my village. The distance it was. So here is the past time. it was 7 kilometers away from my village. We have to use watch. So similarly, what day of the month was when he came here? It was Monday of the month. When we are talking about day and time, we use it. It was Monday of the month when he came here. It was Monday, it was Sunday of the month when he came here. Understand? So, we understood today the exercise 19, part 1 and part 2. We have understood the exercise as well. We understood the use of it, the introductory it, to talk about time, to talk about weather, to talk about distance, to talk about situation, to talk about expressing a phrase or a clause from these exercises. And I am sure you understood them. And after understanding them, write them on your notebook, and that will be evaluated whenever you will submit your notes again. And for today, only this much. I wish all my dear students will carefully go through and understand the topic we are discussing. And today, today's topic is the second period of our topic, there is and it is. We understood the differences between the use of there and it. Last period we understood the exercise 18, part 1 and 2. Today we understood the use of it, the introductory it, for the rules for using it at the beginning of the sentence, and the exercise 19, part 1 and 2. And for today, only this much. For any doubt, for any clarification, you can call me back. I am there to clarify your doubts. In next class, we will learn more things about there is and it is. For today, only this much. Thank you.